I have a question for you. If you were God, what would you do? For some inspiration, I have some input. For instance, if I were God, I would never allow a children under the age of 13 to get cancer. Just random stuff like that. If somebody does enough good things, I would reward them for it. Like if they saw a child running in front of a bus and they jumped in the way to save the child, but then they would have gotten run over, I, as God, would step in, literally, save the man and the child, and reward the man for his good deed. Immediately. So that everyone knows that being a good person is rewarded. And that alone should be enough. But if you do something bad, like how Pinocchio, if he lied, his nose would grow. Imagine if you did something bad, time would stop. God would show up and can take however long as necessary, however many centuries he needs, to convince you not to do that bad thing, and then resume time for everything else, so that that bad thing never happens. That's what I would do if I were God. I would prevent all evil, and I would reward all good. I would do a better job of being God than God. And so would most of you, I would argue. Therefore, if God is all good and all knowing and all powerful, shouldn't he choose a successor that is more worthy than he? I agree. What do we have in the world today? Lots and lots of evil. Lots of it. Here's the thing. A lot of you will say, oh, that's because God gives us free will. But I, as God, would also give you free will. It's just I would stop time, convince you not to murder your son, or whatever bad thing you plan on doing, and then I would resume time. Seems easy enough to be God. And it would be. Right now, I would be a better God than God. Because I would still allow you to have free will. It's just I would literally prevent all evil and reward all good. I would stop unnecessary, sudden infant death syndrome. I would completely get rid of that. I would only allow parasites to exist if they allowed with consent, which just seems weird, but as God, I would ask the parasites, hey, we have hosts available that are willing to volunteer, I guess, and host you. But other than that, kaput. So, my new rule as God would be amazing. And therefore, I know for a fact that if there is a God that exists right now, he is evil. Or she. Why? Because there is evil in the world now. And everything is God. And if everything is God, that includes evil. So you can't tell me that God isn't evil. You can tell me that God can be good and can be merciful, but you can't tell me that he cannot also be evil. The Christian God, anyway. I know there's a lot of other religions out there in the world that don't care about me talking about the Christian God all that much. But I figured it would be a good video to make regardless, because I live in America and most people are Christian here. Or at least believe in God. I know that's on the drop, thankfully. But, yeah, I was doing some thinking, and I realized quickly, very quickly, that if there is a God, he is evil. And that I, given the all powers of God, would be a better God than he. And so would most of you. Most of you would make a better God than if there exists one now. So why is God such a fucking pussy? Well, it's because he doesn't exist. That's the conclusion I've come to. There is no God, or there is an evil God, which could be true. Because, we could be playing Among Us right now, and God is the imposter. An evil king, trying to convince you that he's good. But some of us know that that's not the truth. That God is evil, and does allow these evil things in the world to take place willingly. He loves children with cancer. He wants them up in heaven so soon, he gave them cancer to kill them sooner, so he can be with them in heaven for eternity. No. Give him more time with his family on earth. Be peaceful and merciful. God damn it. Anyway, instead of asking what God would do, ask yourself what Jesus would do. Because Jesus is a better role model than God. A lot of you are a better role model than Jesus was. Think about that. How many people have lived perfect lives on this earth? More than Jesus. I guarantee you that. For instance, if a baby was aborted in the womb, they didn't do anything bad. They didn't have the opportunity to do anything bad. Yet. Does that mean that their lives were neutral and they should live in purgatory forever? No. Not if I was God. If I was God, all of the aborted babies would go to heaven and they would have their own baby play place. And then I would slowly teach them how to be adults. And then, take care of them, look after them, raise them as good angels, and teach them how to be good as I, or anyone else could be, as God. So just like the mighty Zeus, I strike God down with my mighty thunder. I couldn't say that with a straight face. Anyway, God isn't real, and if he is, he's evil, and you should stop circumcising your children. Goodbye. Thank you.